Okay, let's move on to our project speakers. Wow, today we have 5 project speakers. The first one is Jamila, IP Innovative Planning. She is doing level 1, project 2, speech 1. Her evaluator is Kauta. And at the same time, I would like to also call for Emily because you are doing the same project. So Kauta will only read. I will not invite your evaluator to read again. Kauta, over to you to read the project speech, the objective to the speaker. Over to you.
Thank you very much, CM Kalisa. So I'll be evaluating Jamila Chiso for our project speech today. So the purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech, again, also is to present a speech and to receive the feedback from the evaluator. So I would be evaluating her based on this objective. Over to you, Toastmaster over there.
Thank you. You know what? Kauta, she is doing her evaluator speech. Her evaluator is Ching Sing DL5. Ching-Sin, may I invite you to read out the objective for the evaluator speech? Over to you.
Yep, sure, thank you. So Toastmaster Kota is attempting the project 1 evaluation and feedback for the evaluator speech. The purpose statement of this speech would be the purpose statement of this speech is for the member to develop skills for delivering and receiving feedback, and also for the member to deliver constructive feedback on another member's presentation.
Right. Thank you. Sorry, Nisa, I forgot to highlight to you that you should also have heard this one. I would not invite your evaluator to read out because it's the same. Thank you, Chin Sing. Now let's welcome our speaker, Jamila, IP doing her innovative planning. The title is, what does success mean to you? What does success means to you? Jamila, over to you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. My name is Jamila Chisu, and tonight I'll be talking about what success means to you. The secret of knowing what success means is believing in oneself. Everyone has a different definition of what success means to them. However, some people have tagged success to be synonymous with fame, with wealth, and status. But on the other hand, some see success as happiness, power, or the ability to dominate others. Some see it as liberation, while some see it as touching life, having a good home, or having a good job. But I believe success is subjective. No one has a firm definition of success. It varies from individual to another. For instance, a happily married couple might see the goal or the success of their family as having a very wonderful home, while a businessman will see his success in the number of zeros he has in his account, or the number of business he's able to acquire in the past few years, or seeing himself ruling the economy. In contrast to this, a medical doctor's view about success could be their service to humanity, taking care of people's life, nurturing life, even at this trying time. At the same time, a banker might consider him or herself successful based on the abundance luxuries he or she can afford. Some see their success in their popularity, or by being a celeb, being popular, being seen everywhere, or by the number of followers they have on Instagram, or the number of followers they have on TikTok. What does success really mean to you? Is it about being the best student in your department or about being the best employee in your organization? Is it about the number of dollars in your account or how famous you are? Of course, everyone wants to be successful as Bill Gates, Robert Cook, Cristiano Ronaldo, Jim Patterson, and some other famous celebrity we can see. But does anyone ever think about the persistence, the failure, the dedication, the motivation, the obstacle behind their success? Vividly, success is not objective. It is an individual decision. Recently, an eminent professor from my state died. He was ranked the third most cited professor of chemistry by Springer in Nigeria and the 128th chemistry researcher in the world. But looking back at his life as a grassroots researcher and a lecturer, then I realized the impact he has made in students' lives, which defined how successful he was. He was a famous chemistry professor whose book are being used across the universities in the southwestern part of Nigeria. I remember during my undergrad, whenever we have an inorganic chemistry examination, his book will always be a savior because he made inorganic chemistry simple that a layman can actually understand what it means. To some people, the number of citations he has and the number of books he has written could be their own definition of the professor's success. Well, however, the satisfaction that comes from his life by accomplishing his goals, his dreams, actually defines its success. Have you ever stopped to wonder what exactly success means to you? I would advise you to think about that after the meeting. However, tonight, I'll give you 4 guides to define what success means to you. The first thing is set your goal. What is your purpose? You have to set a goal for yourself. After you have set your goal, then you need to eliminate the expectation that can put pressure on your goal. Okay, I've set my goal that I want to become a professional photographer, which is absolutely not true, because I don't know how to even click a photograph. But let's say I want to be a professional photographer. Then I've already know that I want to be a photographer. Then along the line, then I saw, oh, there's money in business. Then I start looking at, I should start selling clothes. Okay, then this will actually put pressure in getting to the goal of being a professional photographer that I wish to. Then you need to set your priorities. Before I can be a photographer, there are certain steps I need to take. There are certain things I need to do before I can actually realize all this. In order to do this, I need to set the priority. Which one is more important than one? Which one will be more achievable than one? Which one is easier to achieve than the other? So you need to set your priorities to avoid being distracted. After you have done all this, then you need to act. Don't just put it down. Don't just put it down. Act, take a step. You know what you actually want, just take a step. Relax, everybody. This is just a mere guide. Just take a deep breath. Think about what actually success means to you. Follow your dream, be contented, and stay happy. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, I didn't realize. Yeah, I have too much fun. I forgot to invite GE just now. I will invite GE this time. And the timer, can I check with you? When you put on the green light, did you put on the green light at 5 minutes or you just starting from the beginning? I saw your green light for a long time. You only put on a green light at 5 minutes and stay for 1 minute and then change. Now we can change back to none. Thank you. The next speaker is our Mahesh. His path is presentation mastery. He is doing level 1, project 3, research and presentation. His evaluator is Nisa. Nisa, she is also doing evaluations, evaluator speech, but I would not invite her evaluator to read out the objective for the speaker, but I will invite the GE to read out I should invite the evaluator for Nisa to read out the objective for the speech, would not invite her evaluator. Nisa, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. So Mahesh will present his level 1, project 3, researching and presenting. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of evening.
Thank you. I would like to invite our GE hybrid core IP5 to read out the notes to evaluator Nisa, and also to Menam, our AD Menam, for the evaluator speech. Over to you, GE.
Okay, first, let me read the notes to Toastmaster Nisa for evaluating the research and presenting. The member completing this project has spent time researching on a topic, and the speaker will be speaking about a new topic or a known topic at a deeper level. The member will present a well-organized, well-delivered speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style that the member chooses. The speech content and style should work well together. This project is not a report or the content of the research and presenting project. And now for Toastmaster Chin Xiang and Toastmaster Menon, you are the evaluator to the evaluator. It is recommended that the member evaluating this portion of the project to be proven exemplary evaluator. During the completion of this project, the member presents a speech on a topic, receive feedback from an evaluator, and incorporated that feedback into the second speech. Why is the notes of the evaluator sounds like the second speech?
Yola. Never mind, we move on. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mahesh, are you ready? Your title is Hundreds Have Lived Without Love and No One Without Water. Your title is Hundreds Have Lived Without Love, No One Without Water. Over to you, Mahesh.
Hello, am I audible?
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Hello, everyone. My name is Mayapan Mahesh. Now, clean water is very, very important. We use so much water on a daily basis. Most of us use water to shower, when we flush down the toilet, and some of us may even work around water. But one very important thing that DTM is also doing now, we all drink water. Remember, when we use water, some of us also use water to clean things. How important is it that the water we use is also clean? Dear Toastmasters and guests, today I will be talking about wastewater treatment. Now, why I would say that I am credible to give this speech today is because I have done thorough research on this topic. All the information that I'm about to present today have all been taken out from articles, journals, and online books. Publishers do not publish articles or journals without doing immense research. Therefore, it is all valid information. Besides that, being a chemical engineer, it is important to understand wastewater treatment, as some of us might work at a wastewater treatment plant. Now, what is wastewater treatment? Some of you may ask me. Well, in simple words, wastewater treatment would be cleaning sewer water or dirty water for residual or commercial use. The treated water is sent to the environment, but the byproduct sludge is further treated before being disposed. Now, let's take this for an example. We have a big container. We let it sediment, let it settle. The overflowing clean water is the treated water. The bottom solid dirty water is called sludge, which is further treated before being disposed. Now, wastewater treatment usually takes place in a big or a large plant, so we can treat a lot of water at large scales. Now, what are the importances of wastewater treatment? The main importance, or very important importance of wastewater treatment is restoring the water supply. Water is the main wastewater treatment plant is the main source for providing clean water for daily, residential, and of course, commercial use. Now, water is not wasted as the water is recycled. Dirty water is sent to the plant and is treated into clean water. Now, besides that, it is important as it protects the planet. Why? Some of you may ask me. Wastewater left untreated would harm animals, plants, and humans. It is a fundamental in protecting life. I will further elaborate the negative effects of not treating wastewater now. What are the negative impacts if wastewater is not treated properly? As I mentioned earlier, health concerns. Humans live, play, and work around water. Harmful bacteria would affect our health both internally and externally. Most of us, or some of us, let's take this for an example, yeah? We go out to play sports, futsal or football. When we are playing, there's a little slump or pond around us, filled with dirty water, maybe filled with feces. Would you play there? It would be so smelly. Number one, smell. You would not go there because it's smelly. Number two, imagine the amount of harmful bacteria that could be in that area waiting to infest you. Next, let us go to a fun part in the speech where maybe everyone can participate. I'm going to be showing all of you a few easy steps to perform simple wastewater treatment. Yes, all of you can do it now. All you need is a plastic bottle, some fine sand and rocks, a small piece of cloth, and some fine charcoal. First, cut the bottle. Cut it 3/4 towards the neck, towards the top of the bottle, so the bottom quarter is thrown away. Flip the bottle around. Put the little cloth at the mouth and start filling up. First, put charcoal, then some sand, and on top end with some rocks, as shown in the picture. Pour the dirty water from the top opening and put a clean glass at the mouth. Leave it for about 45 minutes and you'll get a full glass of clean water. But hold on, don't drink it just yet. Please sterilize the water by boiling it to kill off any bacteria or microorganisms on it. Just a friendly tip, guys. The finer the charcoal, the cleaner the water. Now, in conclusion, wastewater treatment provides multiple benefits to us humans, but never ever forget that untreated water would be causing us health issues. Wastewater for sure has its importances, which include restoring water supply and protecting the planet. If not treated properly, wastewater could cause health problems to us humans. Then I focused on a few simple steps, easy wastewater treatment that all of you can do at home. In simple, wastewater treatment plant or wastewater treatment in general uses recycling of water to produce clean water. Hundreds have lived without love, but no one can or will live without water. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
100% agree. I have lived without love, I didn't die. If I live without water, I will die. Congratulations to you, Mahesh. You have completed level 1. Yay! Now we move on to the speaker number 3, Farhan. Also do the presentation mastery. Oh, icebreaker. I love it. Icebreaker, my journey and the people. Before that, I would like to invite your evaluator, DTM Lauren, to read the objective to the speaker. Over to you, Lauren, DTM. Is Roland here? Okay, then we will invite GE first to read the notes to, oh, the evaluator is not here, so no. Never mind, you just read.
Okay. Speaker Farhan, your purpose of this project is for you to introduce yourself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speech. And Alicia, if the evaluator is not here, how is he going to evaluate?
DTM Alicia, I just got a call from DTM Lawrence. He said his PC suddenly shut off. So can we move to the next speaker?
Yeah, better. We move on to the next speaker because he's not here, then he will not be able to evaluate.
DTM, you are muted.
Okay, now since you're already on the spot, GE, why don't you read out the notes to the evaluator first, Dr. Rashid, PM5 LD4. You read the project level 1, project 2, speech 1. Oh, already read. Oh, no need. Okay, no need. But just now I did not invite you to read this one. You may. I would like to invite you to read the notes to the evaluator to Dr. Rashid.
Okay, to Dr. Rashid as well as to Kao Tor, right? Both of them.
Yeah.
The members spend time writing a speech to present at this club meeting. The member will deliver a well-organized speech on any topic. Focus on the member's speaking style. Be sure to recommend improvements so that the member can apply to the next speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style that the member chooses. And perhaps the member would ask you to evaluate his or her speech in the future meeting. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Is Emily ready? Is Emily ready? Yeah, okay. Emily is doing leadership development. Level 1, project 2, and speech 1. Her title is You Can If You Think You Can. You can if you think you can. Over to you, Emily.
Thank you to the Toastmaster of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Toastmaster meeting of the day. My name is Emily, and the title of my speech today is You Can If You Think You Can. Let us imagine the day all of us, everyone is equally given 24 hours per day. But in 24 hours, someone might busy working from day till night. Someone might busy taking care of their children. And someone would really hectically completing their assignment, attending lecture, tutorials, and even to do the team project. And everyone is given 24 hours. But how well are we utilizing the 24 hours in a day? Different stages of people can do different things at the same time differently. And we understand that we are glad to communicate and also to gather in our Toastmaster meeting today, even though all of us are from different ages. And we are glad and can gather here to have our meeting today. And this is called the commitment. The theme for our meeting today is ask, believe, and receive. Let's imagine the successful people or even the well-known people such as the co-founder of the Alibaba Group, such as like the Jack Ma or even the national badminton player, Dato' Lee Chong Wei, Lin Tan, or even Li Zijia. Every time we could see it's just the back of their success, and we can see their success at the end. But are we really how that are they suffering? How they even tackle their daily life and the hard work pay off from them? We can really see all their hard work, and what we could see is their final result at the end. So it's important for us to learn something and get experience from all these successful people. Let's say everyone is given the opportunity to live in this world, but at the same time, we learn differently and how well we are going to organize our own daily life so that we can become a better person. Success is never final. Failure is never fatal, but it is the courage to continue that counts. Once upon a time, 5 years ago, I have a friend named Orange. You might wonder, Orange? Are you sure that person name is Orange? Orange isn't the fruit, big orange or even small orange. But no, I am here to tell you that this orange is a person. It's a guy who is extraordinary. So, how extraordinary is this orange? You might wonder. This orange, once upon a time, he's a really introvert person. He can't really communicate with his friends. Whenever the friends want to communicate with him, he will reject totally. And he's a shy person. Everyone in his class did well. January, February, March, April, May, oops, month of the mid-year examination. And finally, everyone in the class could score 99% of the highest grade. But this orange is the one that always superhero. How superhero is he? He is the only one only maybe score below 10% marks in the class. So his result is not that good. But does it indicate that he could success at last or even couldn't gain any success in his future life? Result is just part of it. And when the orange mother brought him to tuition center and the teacher maybe we'll give a words to her mother. What? Your son just scored 20 marks and you want to come to my tuition center. And could you imagine if a person is already hurt at that moment and plus the words that you given to that person, how impactful and how hurtful will the person feel? And do you realize that even though a small simple encouragement, if you are given to a person, if the words is really helpful and the words can hit in the nick of the time, and this really can change the person's life and might turn the person turn over a new leaf. And this is really a magic. Magic is come from the magical words you use. Sometimes a simple words could really help a person make changes to the person, make impactful changes to the person. And if we spread the positive vibes to the person surround us, and we can really help our friends surround us. And this orange, even though his result is not good, but if let's say at that moment, the teacher could really give a motivation to his mother or even to Orange, saying some good words or encouraging words to Orange, and Orange might feel happy and might have the motivation to learn well. But if let's say the teacher is just throwing a bad and negative words, spreading the negative vibes to the person, and could you imagine just a primary school children, you just like giving a words throwing to him, and how could he be? So let us be positive and always try to ask, to believe, to receive. Yeah, we are not that good, but we can always learn from failure. There is no anything that we can always ask. If you don't understand a certain thing, you could really just ask around, your friends around you. Just ask. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. It's time for you to show your talent. And every time when you ask, and if you feel, actually, it's a good opportunity for you to learn again. Yes, we feel. So, feel doesn't mean you always will remain at the same spot. If you really don't want to climb up and step forward, and you will just remain at the same spot. However, if you have the inspiration to grow better, to have the inspired to have a more motivation to be a better version of yourself, then you will succeed one day. Ask, and also to believe yourself. Trust yourself. Say to yourself, yes, I can do it. If you think you can, you will sure do it well. And also to receive. Getting experience from others. Try to get advice from others. Always receive. It's good for you to receive information from others and get the lesson from it. It's not wrong to be filled. But if you don't have the courage to climb forward, and you will continue to remain at the same spot. So always trust yourself. If you think you can, and for sure you can. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to remind all the speakers, please pay attention to the time. Sitting quite a long time already. I see that you did not pay attention to the timer. In Toastmaster, we want to keep to the time limit. Now I see distinguished Toastmaster Lauren is back, so I will proceed to the speaker, Farhan. Farhan, are you ready? Your path is presentation mastery. You're doing icebreaker, kudos to you. And before that, I would like to invite your evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Lauren, to read out the objective to the speaker. Over to you, Lauren.
Yeah. The objective of the project is for the members to produce himself to the club and to learn the basic structure of a public meeting. That's the purpose statement.
Thank you. GE, may I invite you to read the notes to the evaluator? Over to you.
Okay, Farhan, this member is completing her first project in Toastmasters. The goal of the evaluation is to give the member an effective evaluation on his or her speech and delivery style. Because the icebreaker is the first project that the member completes, you may choose to use only the notes section and not the numerical score. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Farhan, are you ready? Your title is My Journey and the People. My Journey and the People. Over to you, Farhan.
Thank you, TME. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I would first like to thank you for this opportunity to give my first speech. For today, the speech that I will be giving is my icebreaker speech, where I will be introducing myself to the club. My name is Farhan Najmi, and I would first like to start off with a question. What does it mean to live a fulfilled life? When I was young, I used to think that nothing mattered as long as I had an abundance of fun and was always happy. And that's how I went through life all the way through primary school. I joined the Taekwondo club and participated in the tournaments. I also joined the various sports competitions like football or futsal. I wasn't particularly good at any of them, but I enjoyed spending my time in them. At the time, I was a very confident and carefree boy. I was already living what I had defined as a fulfilling life. Then fast forward to my second year of secondary school, I followed my father to England as he was going to pursue his PhD. At first, I was excited because I'd be able to experience new cultures and meet new people. However, during my first day of school, I felt very insecure. I realized that everyone looked different from me and I felt like an alien. They spoke much better than me at a language that I can understand just enough for me to get by. And I also had trouble communicating even the simplest of things. At first, I thought I was just feeling nervous since I was in a new country and I just wasn't used to it. So I didn't do anything about it. But I was wrong. My 2.5 years of secondary school there destroyed whatever self-esteem that I had. I would only speak when I was spoken to, and even then just loud enough for the other person to hear me. Because I didn't want anyone to hear how I sounded like. I started overthinking about how people judged me, and compared to how I was before, I was like a completely different person. Soon after that, I finished my GCSEs and applied for a college for my A-levels. I was expecting life to be no different than it had been. But luckily enough, I met a group of amazing people who dragged me out of my shell. They showed me what it was like to live life fully again. They made me realize that unless I decide to take control, nothing will change. They didn't directly tell me this. They just took me into the group, even though I kept pushing them away. And then over time, I became more and more like them, which made me forget about the problems that I had. I cared less about what other people thought about me, how I sound, how I look, and all that. And I started caring more for others who are dear to me. For the first time since coming to England, I found people who, other than my family, whom I truly cherished. But as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. I had to go back to Malaysia and leave my dear friends behind. During that time, one big thing was on my mind. I was worried that I'd regress back to how I was when I first came to England. But remembering how I felt back then, I decided that I don't want to be like that anymore. I want to enjoy life more than worrying about things in the back of my mind. And so I enrolled to UTP with a growth mindset. I took on activities that interested me. I put my focus into things that I enjoyed, like I picked up the guitar again. I went to the gym before the pandemic. And I also came across a club called Toastmasters, and here I am giving my first speech. I still am a bit anxious at times, especially when meeting new people, but I'd like to think that I've grown since my secondary school days. To quote Roger Crawford, being challenged in life is inevitable, but being defeated is optional. And with that, I'd like to thank you all for listening to my speech. Back to you, TME.
Wow, I like the quote. Although I don't remember it. Okay, now, but it's a custom of Toastmaster International. Once you have done your icebreaker, we will give you a standing ovation. I'm already standing, okay? Standing ovation. Everyone, please pay a standing ovation to our Fahan completed icebreaker. Now we move to the last speaker, Hizbullah. He is also doing presentation mastery. Level 1, Project 2, Speech 2. His title, before that, I want to invite his evaluator, ISU SR3, to read out the objective to the evaluator. Over to you, ISU.
Hello. Hold on, yeah. All right. Okay, so the purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback. Yeah, this is the second speech. Yeah, and apply the feedback to the second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from your first speech.
May I ask, did you receive his evaluation form of the first speech?
Yes, I have.
Okay, good. Thank you. GE, may I invite you to read out the notes to the evaluator? I remember it now.
ISU, the member will deliver a well-organized speech on any topic and incorporate the feedback from his or her previous speech evaluation. The member may choose to present the same speech or a new speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style that the member chooses. Be sure the member gives you the notes that you speak with the member before the meeting to discuss the feedback and his plans to apply in his speech. Pay close attention to these parts of the member's presentation while providing a comprehensive evaluation of the speech as a whole. Thank you and all the best to you.
Thank you. I see you. I see that Hizbullah is ready. Your title is Every Respect Starts with Self-Respect. I like that. Every respect starts with self-respect. Over to you, Hizbullah.
Did you know average height of Malaysian male is 169 centimeter, while for female is 152 centimeter? So with that, I can be said that I am short, but I am dark and handsome. So watch out, ladies. Why am I stating this? Actually, because height is an important factor, especially for high school students, to flex their alpha traits, or for females to show their feminine traits. This is to impress their colleagues or friends and to gain respect. However, for a small body build like me, it's a tough journey in high school and even sometimes in university. I had various abundance experience throughout my university and high school. Let me tell you one story. I was a prefect in my high school. I attended the assembly morning period. I need to make sure that everyone are in line and straight and shouldn't make any noise. So I was assigned that task in my morning period. So I make sure that everyone was keep aligned and straightforward. And then I saw one of my senior, just 1 year older perhaps, but then definitely he's taller than me. And I approached him because he was making noise and disturbing his friend. I just asked him politely, bro, boleh diam tak? But then he did not look at me. He just kept talking with his friend and just ignore my existence there. And for a guy, when he was challenged, his pride and ego, he will be definitely furious and enraged. But I keep it down, and then I asked him slightly in a higher tone, bro, boleh diam tak? But then that captured his attention and he looked at me. The moment he looked at me, he pushed me away. Hey, blah, blah. That incident, even though it looks simple, but it deeply affected me because he ignored me and he didn't acknowledge me at all. That incident was horrible. Dear Toastmasters, what does not kill you makes you stronger. His word did not kill me, but make me stronger. His word started the fire inside me, and to make myself and to prove to everyone that without height, I'm able to achieve what he cannot. I joined various competition, event, and clubs to improve my leadership, teamwork, and communication. After that, somehow, I believe that I gained their respect and they listen to me, my says, and I become an advisor to certain clubs. However, at certain point, I still think that something is missing, one little piece. Coincidentally, I joined a webinar conducted by Dr. Daud Bakar. His webinar complete the piece. He stated that self-respect isn't just respecting yourself or getting respect from people verbally. No, it's the manifestation and dedication towards your work, your ethics, your attitudes in every single area. And this enlightened me. I took a step back and I reflect. What is my big why? What is the actual reason I started all this journey and so on? And unfortunately, it's a hard pill to swallow that I started to improve and started to explore myself because I just wanted to impress others and to just prove to others. This is not a right foundation to start, and I accept it because I need to improve myself by start with self-respecting. To put simple in his definition of self-respecting, whatever work that you do 100% and you love the work, that is self-respect. It's not just getting people to call you by position or just call you like by your seniority. No, they call you because of, or they respect you because of your action, your attitude. My dear Toastmaster, let me end with one question here. Are we joining Toastmaster here or just because to earn respect from our friends or to improve our self-respect? Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
I like the word reflection. Did you subscribe to my reflection time with Alicia Tay? Thank you. That's all. We're the end of our second session.